Hi, this is Kevin Trainer, and welcome to part two of my tutorial for the coding assignment associated with Severance Chapter 11 on regular expressions. So in exercise two, what we're doing is we're trying to find numbers that fit a pattern, okay? And you could be looking for a lot of things, but the two that are really popular are telephone numbers and zip codes. Okay, and in the tutorial, we're going to be looking for telephone numbers, and in your regular exercise, you're going to be looking for zip codes. Okay, so we're going to be creating a program called find telephones .py, and I've just changed this, so it's not three different kinds of patterns, it's four different kinds of patterns um, that we're looking for from the input files. So we're looking for uh, the area code, a dash, the exchange, a dash, the number, or the same with dots rather than dashes, or the old style, which is the area code in parens and then a space and then um, the exchange, the three number group plus uh, the number itself, the four number group. And then the last thing I've added here is what if some of the numbers in the text that we're trying to analyze are just the classic phone number, the exchange plus the four numbers. Okay, what if we have a short version and a long version, and how are we able to deal with that? Because we have that situation in zip codes, and so I want to show how it's handled with telephone numbers. Okay. All right, so let's look at the text we're going to be looking at. I created this myself, um, and I've changed it in my already baked copies. So let's copy that over here, um, so you can see all the data that we're looking at. And let's make it a little bigger. Okay. Okay, so we've got the conventional with the dashes, another one. Now we have the short one with the dashes. We have a long one with the dots, another long one with the dots, another short one with the dashes, a long one with the parens, another long one with the parens. Um, some we have examples of all the long ones that are pretty tightly embedded into text, and then we have one final short one. Okay, so let's look at our code. Okay, we're going to bring it over from the already baked version. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the import. Okay, um, so we have to import the regular expression package, which is called RE. Okay, so we've done that. Okay, and again, if I were to break this up into three parts, this would probably be the first part would be the housekeeping, the second part would be my processing loop, and the third part would be my cleanup. Okay. And let's just look at the housekeeping part. Okay. We're just going to bring that over. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to create a main. So def main, and we'll put in a pass to hold it here, two blank spaces, invocation to main. Typically we want one empty line in the end, and that's fine. Okay, so now let's bring over our code. Um, the first part, which for me is kind of the housekeeping. So we're going to print out something extract matches to 3 different telephone patterns. Should say 4. Okay. I guess my other code should say 4 too. Didn't fix that there. Okay. And then we prompt for the file name, and then we open it. Okay. And one of the things I'm seeing here is we're not saying that this is UTF-8 text, but all the text editors that we're using are UTF-8 text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to what we did with my uncle, and I'm going to copy the line that we used there, which had the code in it for UTF-8 text. So I like this open a little better. Okay, we ought to be using this for all of the opens now. Okay, because UTF-8 text works well for American English. Okay, it's a good encoding scheme for that, and so for those of us who are taking this course in English in the United States, well, that's a good choice for just about every file that we're going to be using. Okay, now let's look at the rest of the code. There's not a lot of code in this one, so I'm just going to show you the rest. Okay, so rest of the code looks like this. So we have a loop, okay, that's going to process the file that we've opened, and then the last thing we're going to do as part of cleanup is we are going to we're going to close the input file because we absolutely have to. No, because it's a polite good coding practice. Okay, and let's scooch this way over here so we can see all of the code. All right, so for line and in file. Again, when we're scanning over the whole file and it's a text file, it's not a text that's coming from the console. This is always, and we want to process all the lines. We're not going to have to break out of the loop. Perfect use case for line and in file. Okay, so we're doing a find all this time. So we want to find all the matches. And with a find all, what do we get back? Well, we get a list with each of the matches in it in order. Okay, and so if that list is empty, we didn't get any matches. And if that list is populated, we got at least one. And then I have a print loop here. So I say for telephone in telephones, and telephones is the list that we got back from the find all. And you'll notice when we did the find all, we used raw string. We're going to use that all the time now. And we say print telephone. So we're going to print each one. Okay. And then let's look at this pattern. Okay. Now this pattern is pretty simple actually. It's got 4 parts and they are separated by the OR bar. Okay. So let's look at each of the parts. Let's take them apart. Okay. So I'm gonna. Oh, that's not what I wanted it to do. So let's undo that. But let's highlight each of them. Okay, we're just going to highlight the first one. So the first one is the shortest one, and this particular one didn't seem to be sensitive to whether I put the short rule first or last. But later on, when you do your own work, when we do the zip codes do seem to be sensitive to that. I'm putting the short rule first. This is the one that has 3 digits. Okay, a dash and 4 digits. Or we're looking for 334 is separated by dashes. Uh, that's this rule here. Okay. Or we're looking for um, 3 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits separated by periods. Or finally, we're looking for um, a left paren, 3 digits, a right paren, a space, 3 digits, a dash, 4 digits. Okay. And you'll notice that we needed to escape two different kinds of characters. We needed to use the backslash lowercase d to say that we wanted a digit. And then here in the last of them, we had to use the backslash left paren in the beginning and the backslash right paren, because that's the way that we say, I'm not trying to create some kind of a group. Okay, I really want uh, uh, I really want to use the paren in a literal way. I want it to behave like an ordinary character and not the grouping operator. Okay, so that's what we got here. There, we're looking for 4 different things. So if it matches any of these, it should be added into the list, telephones, and then we ought to be able to print them out. And then, of course, the very last thing that we're going to do is close the input file, because that's the polite and good practice thing to do. All right, so let's give this a run. And the input is in a telephone .text. And let's give that a run. And let's see what we got. So we got, let's see, how many of these short ones did we get? We had 3. So we've got one short one, another short one, a third short one. Okay, that's good. And then how many of the ones that are separated by dashes do we have? 1, 2, 3 of those. Okay. How many separated by periods? 1, 2, 3 of those. And then how many that are separated, that have the parens, the space, and then 3 digits to dash, 4 digits? Well, we've got 1, 2, and 3 of those. All right. Well, we found everything that we were looking for, and we didn't have a problem. The problem that you want to guard against is that your short one, your your role here matches to these longer numbers. So it just picks off a subset of the longer number and it cannibalizes it. Okay. And in my experience, if you put the short rule first, that will take care of that. Although, again, I tested this with the short rule last, and it seemed to work just fine with that. Okay, so that's it for that one. You're going to be looking for zip codes in your exercise. So I'm going to wish you luck on that and say goodbye until next time. Bye-bye.